Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to be unboxing the March, I know I'm late, the March Bargain Bead Box subscription. And it looks like this month the theme is Celtic Inspirations. It says rich greens and sparkling teal combined with silver bindings in this Celtic collection. Highlights include green aventurine teardrops and carved leaves, a pair of half matte agate focal beads, and an array of high-quality silver tone findings. Celtic motifs include the triquetra, I hope I'm saying that right, often representing spirituality, unity, and eternity, and the Dara knot, typically used to represent strength like the roots of an oak tree. We hope you enjoy designing with these timeless symbols. And then you get, when you subscribe to the box, you get a 30% coupon to use the rest of the month. So like would be the March. Then you would get to use it all during March at the beadboxbargains.com. And then they have also a contest here. They have a contest that you can, it looks like you can go to their Facebook and post or email them, and then they announce a winner. And I guess you get a $25 gift certificate to Beadbox Bargains, because besides having this, they also have a web page where you can purchase the pieces individually after the kit has been released. So on the back we have our which I really love this part. By the way, this is my favorite subscription box so far. If you have any recommendations, don't forget to leave them down in the comments. I would love to find other subscription boxes as well. So I love this box because it comes with the shipment identification key. So it gives you all the list of items that are included in the box. And it tells you that the approximate retail value for this shipment is $63. Also gives you little little key, like the asterisks, telling you what is lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free. And this one is permanently dyed or heat-treated. So you get these key on the bottoms to figure out what is, what each material includes, or what each material does not include, as harsh chemicals or things that you might be allergic to. So anyway, I'm gonna put this to the side and I'll be reading it off as I go along. So it comes in these cute little organza bags, and I'm going to open this up, and then I'll go through each individually. And over here I'll be checking off on the side. I'll be checking off the items that we're getting. So let's start off with number 17. So number 17, I'm not going to go in order, that's fine. I have two pieces, approx 24 to 27 millimeter half matte green agate coin beads. It's permanently dyed and heat treated. So let's see what's in here. And ignore my nails, I have to go get them filled. And now they are looking a mess. So let's see. I'm just gonna take one of these out. Oh, look at that. So it's got kind of like a matte and a shiny side to it. So that's really pretty. I like that. It's kind of a little retro type of bead. All right, so that's number 17. And then we have number 7. It looks like 7 is 1 meter of 5 by 3.5 millimeter textured steel jewelry chain, and it's lead-free and nickel-free. And this is what the chain looks like. It's really nice. I like to get these pieces of chain. You can really do a lot with them. So yeah, we get 1 meter, which is a nice length. I think 1 meter is 3 feet, I believe, or around there. And that is 7. Then we have 5, and 5 is a 14-inch strand of 6mm green agate round beads. It's dyed and heat treated. Those are really pretty. I guess we're going with green because it was for St. Patty's Day, which I totally missed this kit. It's so these are the little beads, little round shiny beads, which are really cute. Match, everything will match perfectly. I love it. So that's 5. And I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, I will to think about something I want to, I would like to design and then come back and show you guys on camera. And then number 4 is the 2-piece 24 by 17mm knot work charms links. It's lead-free, nickel-free, cadmium-free. And then this is 1. And 1, we have 2 pieces, approximately 18 by 13 green aventurine teardrop pendants. So this is an aventurine, I'm sorry. So we've got these little pendants, very pretty. And then number 10, looks like it is a 16-inch strand of 6x4mm crystal rondelle beads, teal green champagne. And this is what it looks like. Ooh, that's sparkly. I like these rondelles. Very pretty. Oh, very sparkly. And then there's number 19. We don't have 61 pieces. It's 2 pieces of 29.5mm triqueta pendants, lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free. These are pretty. Look at that. These are gorgeous. And I love that they give you enough pieces to make several pieces of jewelry. So that's really cool. Like I said, this is one of my favorites, if not my favorite subscription box so far. Then there is 16, and 16 is a 7-inch strand, 8mm faceted English cut candy jade beads. These are dyed. That is really pretty. And I also love that they include natural stones. So this is 6. It's a 10-piece strand, 13 by 5 crystal disco faceted round beads, blue-green. Fancy. These are nice if you like chunky jewelry. So look at how they kind of have that unicorn finish to them. Rainbow unicorn. They're really pretty. There is 13. Lucky number 13. And 13 is a 9-piece strand, 10mm green aventurine round beads. Aventurine is really pretty too. Look at that. So number 8 looks like little spacers. And it is 50 pieces of 5.5 swirled rope spacer beads. So they look like little ropes. There we go. Little ropes. And I like to have all these little spacers. They're really pretty when you're making different earrings or bracelets. Number 2 looks like bead caps. So, yep, 20 pieces of 7.5 3-petal bead cap. Lead free and cadmium free. I hope I'm saying that right. So these are the little pretty flower, not flower, but petal bead caps. So definitely will be using those. And then number 3, is that 3? Yep. 3 is 4 pieces of 18 by 5mm Celtic knot flat round charm, and these are lead free, nickel free, and cadmium free. Is number 15. That looks like the aventurine. Approximately 30 by 20 green aventurine teardrop focal. So, isn't that pretty? I like the different, like, cloudy and transparency that you can see through it. That's pretty. And then there is 18, and 18 is a 7-inch strand of 8 by 6 millimeter crystal rondelle beads, metallic green iris. And that's another sparkly ones. Crystal rondelle beads, metallic green iris. I like that these kind of have a little bit of gray rainbow finish to them. And 11 is 5-piece strand, approximately 12 millimeter hand carved green aventurine leaf beads. Those are pretty. 12 is 8 pieces of 18.5, 15.5 millimeter Dara knot drops, links, lead free, nickel free, cadmium free. So are those pretty? Look at that. I like that there's a lot of them. We get 8 pieces, so that's really cool. Then this one is 14. 14, we have 4 sets of 16 by 21 millimeter ornate toggle clasps. These are lead free, nickel free, and cadmium free. So we've got these really cute. Look at that. So cute. Got like little swirlies on them. And ornate toggle clasps. So these are really pretty too. Last but not least is number 9. And 9 is a 2-piece 31 by 27 millimeter Celtic knot donut with loop. And this one is made of a pewter alloy with antique copper finish. So this one was the last one, number 9. So I'm going to go quick and kind of get an idea of what I want to design and put them all back so I won't have them all over the place. But I'm going to get an idea of what I want to design, and then I will and come back and do the design here on camera so you guys can get some inspiration. All right, so I will be right back. Okay, so I am back and have put together something that I think will look really, really nice. So basically what you're going to need, I took these beads from the kit. So what we're going to need is two of these, I'm sorry, little like oval rings these are from Tiara Cast. So we need 2 of those. And then we're going to need a jump ring. I like these oval ones because they distribute the weight really well of any pendants or anything that's hanging that's somewhat heavy. Distributes it in the center and it doesn't put pressure, so it's less likely to open and fall. And then I'm going to use the this 20 gauge tarnish resistant copper core silver wire. And then I have from Softflex this medium beading wire, and it is this color here. I'm trying to look at the color. It's a fluorite, which matches, I think, perfectly. I found it. I've been ordering some of these. I like these color because some of this wire is going to be showing on the ring. So I wanted something that would kind of match the stones on here. So before we get into, and then also, sorry, I have some of this suede cord, and I thought maybe the black, but I think the brown will go really nice with the stones as well, the green. But I'll show you guys how I'm going to use the soft suede lace. So kind of add a little bit more texture to the piece. And then of course my tools, my flat nose pliers, my curved nose pliers, my round nose pliers and a pair of the side cutters, flush cutters, I'm sorry. Pair of flush cutters to go with it. And I do need a couple of crimp beads. So of course I'll also need a pair of crimping pliers. All right, let's get started with the focal. So for the focal, I am going to cut, which I'm going to use this stone right here. I'm going to cut a little bit of wire. I'm almost done with this 20 gauge here. Oops. So kind of straighten that out. So this is, I think what we need, because I want to do kind of wrap around the tip so it looks a nice kind of a little boho feel, kind of do a messy wrap. So this piece is going to be quite long, and I think that's good enough. I think that length will be good. I don't even think it fits in the camera. And so I'm going to use my flush cutters to cut that. So basically what I do is take and thread it through here. And what we're going to do is kind of like when you do side, like if it had a, basically what I'm going to do is like if it had a side opening, if the hole was sideways, kind of like a bralette. So basically now that I'm going to cross it like that, and then I like to, oops, then we straighten this part up like that and kind of hold it in place. Oops, well, let me use this one instead. I like these curved ones because you can really get in there. And I'm just going to wrap this around a few times, like so. And I'm not going to do many wraps on this one. I just wanted to kind of get it into place. So I'm going to cut this piece off, this, and then do that, and then do just a wrapped loop. So I'm going to take this here with my round nose pliers, like so, and then fold it over and get the plier out of the way by moving them up, changing hands, and now I can start to make that messy wrap. Oops, kind of straighten that out so I don't have a crooked wrap. So I think I'm going to end up using all of it, like so. So it's not perfect, but that's okay because that's kind of how I want it to be, like I said, like a messy wrap. And I'm just going to squeeze this in here to get it out of the way, the end. There we go. So now I have my pendant wrapped, and then I'm going to do the other little pieces. Basically, I will take another piece of wire, the 20 gauge, and I kind of need a long piece as well for these pieces here. So just kind of grab the sparkly rondelle and then that English cut and a couple of spacers. So I'm going to do a double side wrap. Well, no, simple loop, I'm sorry. So I know, again, it's a pretty long piece, but that's okay. I'd rather have extra than not have enough. So basically, on this one, I'm going to fold it like that, cut the, see how it's got that little edge? I want it to be nice and flat. So I'm just gonna cut this off, like so. Then bring my round nose, and I'm gonna start it, make sure that it's not outside, it's flush with your round nose pliers, and turn towards you, like so. And now you've got that little simple loop. Now I'm going to take this rondelle, a spacer, the English cut, another spacer. Yeah, I'm gonna have a ton of wire left, but that's okay. I use the wire. I save my little bits and pieces so I don't have to waste. Went a little crazy, but that's okay. And again, folds it sideways. Come in with my cutter. And then with our round nose pliers, like so. Straighten this out. Went a little too crazy. So you can always fix the little loop. Not always going to be perfect, but with practice it gets better and better. See? Now your loop is done. So now I'm going to make sure that these are both even. They're facing the same direction is what I like. And then open this one like you would open a split ring. And put the pendant that we just wrapped on there. Oops. And close that. Like so. I just gotta make sure that it's nice and close there. And now we have our, oops, wrong side. Now we have our pendant, which is gonna be our focal. All right, so we'll set that aside for now. And then I have the other pieces. So for this one, I'm going to kind of, what I'm going to do is go off the spool because we don't have that much and I don't want to waste it. So basically I'm going to start stringing this, and I need one of my bead holders. Well, no, I guess this will stop it. That's fine. So I started off with these big sparkly ones, and then a bead cap, and one of these round ones, another bead cap, and then kind of put the rest of the pieces together. So I'm going to speed this up so you don't have to watch forever and ever. Okay, so now we have it all strung up. So basically what I'm going to do is take a crimp and thread the crimp on, and then I'm going to take one of these little tiara cast loops, and then thread it back through here like so. Oops, there we go. And pull from this side. I don't need that much left. And when you do this, what I've learned is that first of all, you don't want these cables to cross over or it will split your wire. And second of all, you want to make sure you leave enough long loop so that this is kind of, so you don't restrict the movement of this loop right here, this ring. So I just wanted, see, now that would be too tight. So we want to kind of take it back a little bit. And that, I think that's perfect right there. And then just make sure that sometimes what I like to do is look inside and I can see that they're twisted. So you can switch it around like that. And then take my crimpers and then set it in that notch and squeeze like so. Now you see you got that little, so now you want to put it sideways, got that little taco. So now we got to close the tortilla. Got to see how it just kind of sits sideways on there. Like to make sure that it's nice and centered so that it closes nicely, so it has a nice finish. I guess you can always put a bead cap on it if you wanted to, but it's so tiny and so pretty that I don't think they're really going to notice. And I don't clip this off right away at the edge, at the edge of the crimp. I prefer to thread a little bit through, and see the big thing, this big bead covers it up, so that's nice. It's big enough. And I don't think I'll need to cut any part of it off. See, because it just will thread through just nicely. It'll be hidden by your other beads. So I'm just going to bring that down like so. And I'm just going to make sure there's enough room. You don't want to tighten it too much. You want to have that nice drape. So again, I think this should be good enough. You don't want to cut too short because then you won't be able to have movement to get the crimp and do all that stuff. But at least, you got just the right size. You didn't cut more or less. And then I'll take another crimp. I always cut extra. I'm always terrified of being short on something. And then you can't really add to it. All right, and then I'm gonna put the other ring in here. And kind of tie that together. And then you can just kind of pull this and it'll bring it up close to the loop. Like so. And again, you want to leave that wiggle room. You want to leave the loop just long enough so that but you also want to leave room on this side so that you have that movement like I was talking about. You don't want you want to get it too tight because then, you see, you won't have anything. So you want to make sure that it's nice and loose. Trust me, I've done it where it's too tight and it just looks, I've had to redo the whole thing because it just looks uncomfortable. So now what I like to do is kind of do this, make sure that I've got enough room there. And then again, I make sure that these are not crossed because they can be tricky. See, these are crossed. And now I can see that they're separate. So again, I'm going to set the crimp in this last notch right here. Now it wants to twist on me. Right there. And crimp. And then go sideways. And again, make sure that you're nice and in the middle there. And again, now we've got our nice little loop. We've got some nice movement. And then this one I might have to cut some off of it, but I'm going to thread it back through here, at least part of it. And pull it out through the first one. And see how, because we have some leftover, some wire showing, it's nice that it's that green, which matches it perfectly. And I ordered that one on softlex.com. So I'm just going to pull it out from here, like so. There we go. And then from here I will snip it right about there. There we go. And now we have our finished piece right there. Then we're going to take this little guy, our pendant, and I think I want this one facing the other way. So I'm going to twist this, this one this way. All right, and then I'm opening it like you would open again a jump ring, and I'm going to put it right in the center here. I'm going to hook it up there. I guess I could have added it while I was threading, but that's all right. And then close that up. Kind of make sure that it's nice and tight. And now we've got our pendant like that. And I thought I was going to use these jump rings, but I guess not. All right, so now that this is got this hang here, now I'm going to go in with the leather and make our final. You know what? I am going to use those jump rings now that I think about it. So for the leather, it depends on really how long we want our necklace to be. And I think this one at a 22, size 22 would be good. So I'm going to take my tape measure, and my poor tape measure that's falling apart, and go to 22 is how long I think I want to make it. So this is already, let's see, from the ring to here, it's 8 inches long. Is it 8 inches? Yeah, no, that's about right. So it's 8 inches, and if we want to make it to 22, it would be, let's see, we need another 14 inches. So I'm going to take, oh, I still need my tape measure. So I'm 14 inches. So we need to cut about, I'm going to do 7.5 to count for the clasp. So I'm going to do 7.5 here. Well, you know what, 8, because I need to wrap it around the loop, just so we have enough space for everything. So I'm going to do 8, like so. Cut that here. And now instead of measuring it again, just copy the other side. Make sure I cut the exact same size. And then what I'm going to do is take a piece of leather, and see, I told you little scraps always come in handy. So I'm going to take this piece here, and you can either make a knot, or you could just do like what I'm doing and wrap it with wire, which I think adds a really nice accent. So what I do is kind of start it off inside the leather, and I start to wrap it around. Oops. like so. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, if you like it to be perfect, you can definitely do so. But again, since we did the pendant in kind of a messy wrap, it's okay if this is not so perfect. Just as long as it holds the leather. And going to, oops. Bring it back down, like so. And this is really nice when you don't have those leather. I'm just gonna cut it right there. I think it should be good. And kind of tuck this piece in here. Right there. All right, so, and then cut this piece out of here. And that is one side good to go. You can always, you know, adjust if you don't like too much of the loops, kind of, they're sticking out too much, you can kind of press on them a little bit. Oops, it's because this wrap is sticking out. There we go. Now press it in. Perfect. There we go. So that's one side. Then we've got the other, and again, you can either work off the, I'm just going to take the rest of what's left here. I know I'm going to use it with all the sides. And wrap this up before it unravels itself. Oops. All right, I'm going to cut this out. There we go. And I will take this side and do the same. Start it in the middle, like that, and just start wrapping. Oops. I need my nail to push it along. I think I went too low. There we go. And I'm gonna tighten that up. It's nice when you have a longer piece of wire too, because it's easier to wrap it nice and tight. And then kind of go back down. And that is about good right there. All right, and I'm going to cut this here. And squeeze to hide this one, to hide the end out. I mean in, sorry. All right, there we go. Now that we have that, then we can cut that piece that we have here. All right, so now we have those pieces. There we go. And then now we're going to do this side here. So we have another spool of the 20 gauge started. We can probably go off the spool so that we don't have to waste any extra. So I'm going to take I'm going to use these open this one up, take that off, and you can just close them for now. And you close them just like you would any jump rings, front to back. And so I'm going to take that and put this jump ring here. And again, start off with kind of that piece. It's a little bit too on the longer side. There we go. I think that's better. Yep, like ½ inch. Well, maybe that's an inch. All right. So I gotta fiddle with it a little bit. And then just start wrapping. So going to cut this off right there. See, much better, we don't waste any wire. Except for that little piece in the middle. But now we have our link. And cut this off, like so. Now we've got our wrapped leather. So again, I put it in the middle to kind of help me hold on to the wire. So I'm going to cut this off to make it a little bit easier to finish it off, like so. And I think my, oops, come on. Okay, so we did our messy wrap on this side here. And now we can take one of the clasps that was included in the box. Okay, so here is the toggle clasp from the kit or the box. And what I'm going to do is take my round nose and now I am going to open this one front to back. Put this on here. Close that up. Got that done. Do the same with this side. And there we go. And now we are done with that's the clasp. Now we're done with this necklace, and there's a lot more left, a lot more beads left to do earrings and other things. So very nice. It's very great deal for the price. And I'll put all the details below on what the price is on the box and stuff. So that is the necklace. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Drop your comments below. What do you guys think? Or if you would have changed anything else or would like to see anything else. And I'm also going to be filming, I'm going to be uploading some new videos from some new boxes, so stay tuned for that. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, as it really helps my channel get discovered by YouTube. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those post notifications, which is that little bell right beside it, so that you get notified every time I upload a new video, and you get to see those new subscription boxes that I have arriving. All right, so thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.